Today, I've got some facts about Naoto Shirogane from Persona 4. There will be a lot of spoilers from this one, so you have been warned. Naoto Shirogane is a first-year high school student of Yasugami High and the first detective prince, the second being Goro Akechi. Her birthday is April 27th, making her a Taurus. Naoto is a well-known detective, being dubbed the Detective Prince by the media, and becomes involved in helping the police with solving the murder case in Inaba. Yu first meets Naoto in the Tatsumi textile shop talking to Kanji's mother about her son, already able to deduce that Kanji would be the next victim, and tries to seek clues by speaking to him. Throughout the murder case, from Kanji Tatsumi to Mitsuo Kubo's disappearance, Naoto suspected Yu and his friends were involved, even going as far as chastising the team's efforts, deeming their investigation as nothing more but a game. After Kubo confesses that he's the killer, the police close the case. However, Naoto doesn't believe that it's over, suspecting that Kubo was merely a copycat's killer. So she uses herself as bait to lure out the real culprit. Her image later appears on the Midnight Channel, meaning she's in the TV world, so the investigation team moves in to rescue her. Naoto's dungeon is an industrial secret laboratory, symbolizing Naoto's insecurities. It resembles a sci-fi secret base, inspired by those on tokusatsu shows, such as Kamen Rider or Power Rangers. Naoto's shadow represents her negative feelings about not being able to succeed as a detective due to her gender and disguising her true sex by claiming she was a boy.
Whoa, did I hear that right, or did things just get wacky in my head?
So that dude isn't a dude then?
Naoto lost both of her parents in a car accident when she was very young. She was taken in by her grandfather. Having no friends growing up, she read detective novels, dreaming of becoming a detective just like her parents and grandfather. Secretly aiding her grandfather with his clients, Naoto gained the nickname Junior Detective, but people in the same field didn't like the fact that a child was helping to solve cases, not to mention the fact she's female. Because she's a woman in a male-oriented society, Naoto fears no one will take her seriously, thinking she'll be discarded for said difference. In response, Naoto disguised herself as a male from a young age, enough to be able to fool most people around her, even going as far as wearing platform shoes to make herself taller. It is also implied Naoto began binding her chest to hide her breasts, dressing in formal clothing and deepening her voice, making everyone believe she's male. Naoto is very intelligent and analytical. She is generally very serious, focused, and mission-oriented. At first, this seriousness is rigid, unnatural, and stubborn due to her secluded nature. But after being rescued by the investigation team, she slowly begins to open up to them and to herself, realizing that her true desire is not in becoming an adult or a male, but to be respected for who she is as a person, including accepting herself as is. Years of disguising herself as male, along with her own personality quirks, have her struggling to embrace her femininity after denying it as part of herself, but a certain someone doesn't seem to mind. Her weapon of choice is a handgun, and she can also perform a fusion spell with kanji called Beauty and the Beast. Naoto's Arcana is the Fortune. She shares this Arcana with Jun Kurosu in Persona 2 Innocent Sin, Takaya Sasaki and Keisuke Hiraga in Persona 3, Ryoji Mochizuki in Persona 3 Portable, Labras in Persona 4 Arena, and Chihaya Mifune in Persona 5. Naoto's initial persona is Sukuna Hikuna, the Japanese dwarf deity of healing and sake brewing, and is associated with hot springs. He assisted Okuninushi in building the world and formulating protections against disease on wild animals in myths from the Izumo region. Her second awakening is Yamato Takeru, also known as Yamato Takeru no Mikoto, the Brave of Yamato. He was one of the greatest warriors of Japanese lore. It is the title given to a legendary prince named Osu, who defeated his enemies valiantly in his father's name, He was said to be half human, half god, around 6 feet tall with a stern face. He prided himself on his strength. And her third awakening is Yamato Sumeragi. Yamato Sumeragi or Yamato Sumera Mikoto are epithets for the emperors of Japan, known simply as Tenno in Japanese.
もう無理しなくていい。僕にはその気持ちがよくわかる。僕はお前なんだから。違う！
You can stop pushing yourself. I know exactly how you feel, I promise. I mean, after all, I am you. You're not!
In the Japanese version, Naoto is voiced by Romy Park. She is best known for her roles as Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, Toshiro Hitsugaya in Bleach, and Nana Osaki in Nana.
直接ポストに投函してきたということは、犯人は思ったより近くにいる可能性が高いですね。やはりそのあたりから探ってみた方がいいのか。
In the English dub, Naruto has 3 voice actresses: Anna Graves, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn, and Valerie Aram. Anna Graves voiced Naoto in Persona 4, Persona 4 Golden, and Persona 4 Arena. She is best known for her roles as female demon hunter in Diablo 3, Kisi and Luna in Epic 7, and Ina Leifstotter in Voltron Legendary Defender. She also voiced Unit 24 in Persona 4 Arena.
It is rather unfortunate that people are only attentive so long as our services are required. But then, I'm accustomed to it.
Mary Elizabeth McGlynn voiced Naoto in Persona 4 the animation. She has voiced many characters and is best known for her roles as Major Motoko Kusanagi in Ghost of the Shell 2 Innocence and Standalone Complex, Princess Cornelia Lee Britannia in Code Geass, and Kurenai, Mei Terumi, and other roles in Naruto. She also voiced Hisano Koruda and Noriko Kashiwagi in Persona 4.
Since he personally delivered that letter to your mailbox, I have to believe that whoever the murderer is, he's closer to us than we think. Perhaps our next move should be to conduct a full sweep of the area.
Valerie Aram voiced Naoto in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, Persona Q, and Persona 4 Dancing All Night. She is best known for her roles as Aurelia Lee Gwyn in the Legend of series games and anime, Eri Minami and Mayumi Yamano in Persona 4, and Isako Toriyumi in the original Persona 3. She is also the voice of the Meta-Nav in Persona 5 the animation.
There's no knowing whether this is a case yet or not. I only briefly heard about it the other day during work. I was going to look into it, and if it did turn out to be connected to that case, I thought it might be necessary for me to consult everyone about it.
Shadow Naoto says that Naoto is a cool manly name, but it won't change her sexes, which may give the implication that Naoto changed her name. However, extra information reveals that Naoto is indeed her real birth name her parents gave her. Her parents didn't name her that with the intention of raising her as a boy and hiding her real gender. They thought that Naoto was a fairly androgynous name, and since she might grow up to be a detective and knowing the sexism in the profession, they should avoid girly names which end in ko, such as Yukiko and Nanako. Naoto's social link revolves around solving a case through letters from the Phantom Thief, nope, not those ones, while also learning about her past along the way. Naoto is the only party member whose social link can reverse if the protagonist picks the wrong option during one of her social link events. She is one of 2 social links in the game that can be compromised in such a manner, the other being Ai Ebihara, the Moon Arcana. In Persona 4 Golden, during the ski trip, Yosuke tells a scary story, heavily implied to be the situation regarding Fuka Yamagishi's bullying in Persona 3. Naoto recalls having heard about such a case before, implying she was either in Tatsumi Port Island at the time or heard of it at some point. Naoto appears to be afraid of ghost stories, and when in a state of panic or fear, her voice becomes more feminine than usual. Despite her mature nature, Naoto has a shy side to her, such as when she refused to wear a bikini at the Yasugami beauty pageant, but still won despite dropping out. And unlike the other girls, she is shown to be a decent cook. And there you have it, the original Detective Prince. And that's it for this game, but if there are any other characters from Persona 4 you'd like to see, please leave a comment. If not, we'll be moving on to the next game, but that won't be for a while. Thank you for watching and look forward to next time.